Hi. Ah, dear me. Hmm. Do you ever have those days where you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders? Or just the weight of everything in your life, the weight of getting it right, of knowing what to do when, and not panicking, but sometimes getting in fear over what if I get it wrong? Holy guacamole. And then, days where, or moments where, maybe not full days, where you may be feeling really good, in a good mood, and then someone says something or something happens and it trips you up. And next thing you know, you've got that, that feeling in your belly, in your I think it's solar plexus. And it just hits you, and it can sit there. It can sit there for hours. It can sit there for days. Like in my previous, earlier, less evolved sort of being, I can remember getting tripped up by something, someone. I mean, it's all, now I know it's all self, so there's no blame. And just getting stuck in it and just feeling it for so long. And it could have been weeks. And it was debilitating, that feeling. And it's so bizarre because I remember, and this was not that long ago, I remember having it like I hadn't had it for ages. And then it got me, something got me. Oh, I felt it. And it was so painful. It wasn't like there was that empty sort of like I've been hit in the gut feeling. And I mean, that wasn't the painful part. What the painful part was how it encompassed my whole energy and my mind, and how my mind got caught on the content, the subject, or whatever it was that tripped me up and caused that feeling. And it was so painful, so excruciating. I was like, I can't go on. And then I stopped and I went, okay, hang on a sec, Care. Nothing's coming at you with, there's nobody coming at you with a machete, or nothing actually hitting you or hurting you. My body's fine. I'm healthy. I'm okay. The actual feeling in my gut, it's not like if I look down, there's no gashing wound or anything, but the pain that it generated, and even to a point of just generating past this point of time to, oh my goodness, what if this is it for the rest of my life? I have to feel this way. And I do recall, so this was a recent experience, but I recall previously going through these over long periods of time. This is quite a while ago now, and I've been learning that we are more and that it is more energy. So this time I really caught myself because I was like, okay, no, there's nothing in this physical experience around me right now that is hurting me. So what was hurting me was the energy I was creating through the thoughts in my mind about a particular subject. And I allowed it in that moment to kind of take hold of my physical body, and then it did start making me feel physically sick and then overwhelmed. But it was nothing. It was a thought that I generated. And do understand it more than I did previously, because understanding now that we are energy, this experience isn't as real, but it is as real as we make it. And because we don't know though how it works, or we are now, okay, we are getting it. There's so many people out there giving information to help enlighten people so that we do understand how this works. So we're not just floundering and drowning in our own negative emotions. Also, we can trigger each other. And I think, in a way, well, definitely, okay, in a way, definitely in a way that is part of it, because this is also a house of mirrors, a hall of mirrors, and each of us is, whether we know it to be true or not, we are unconsciously reflecting each other back to each other so that we might see what we've got within our energy so that we can clear it. I think we are meant to feel. So when things happen to us, we're not meant to numb ourselves to that. And I know we can do that sometimes when it's overwhelming. As we haven't known how to do it, I think alcohol and drugs and other distractions to numb ourselves from what we're feeling so we don't have to deal with it has been part of our coping mechanisms. But I feel that now the time is ripe for us to actually know what it is that's going on with us and face it with no fear. So this is where I feel like we are at collectively, and we are meant to feel things because we're meant to experience things and feel them so that we might choose what we prefer. But if you don't know that and you get caught up in this whirlwind of feelings and getting trapped in the thought loops where it's the end of the world and you can't go on, that, if you don't know that is part of it and you're meant to have these feelings and then experience them, acknowledge them, allow them to help you to determine your preference. And then at that particular point, you are transmuting them because you're using them to help you. You're using a negative at times, or it could be a positive. If you're feeling good, you'll go, yes, I prefer this all the time. I will take this universe. I will take this good feeling and run with it in my life. But if it's something we don't like, we have to know to allow it to process, allow it to help us choose, and then we let it go. Oh my goodness. It's that easy. It is that easy, but it's not if you don't know. And we've been conditioned and programmed in our world for quite a time to hang on to those feelings that don't serve us and try and numb them and try and not face them, because it does disempower us. It does keep us in our lower energies. And we can't create very well when we're in our lower energies. We need to be in that connective energy with our higher selves and higher realms, because we are all, whether we know it or not, I don't think we can actually cut ourselves off, but we can kind of pinch off the connection somewhat. And I feel like now in our society, in our experience, it's quite a pivotal time. If you've been listening and watching, this is probably not mainstream stuff, even though you can see, what can you see? In the mainstream, you can see the chaos that is coming from the fact that we are cleaning up our house. We are cleaning out the house. And have you ever had that time you realize you just want to clean your house? It's like a spring cleaning. And you're like, right, I'm just going to get right into every little corner, every little nook and cranny. I'm going to sweep out all the dirt, all the dust, all the darkness. you don't, when you're cleaning your house, you might not use that reference word, but I'll use it here. All the stuff that I don't want in my home, in my house, in my life experience, I'm going to clean it out. But when you actually do that, like in reality, it gets messy. You've got to pull everything out first and then also look at it and go, do I want this? Is this something I want in my house, in my room, in my place, in my space? And then if you determine, no, that's rubbish, or no, that's something I don't like, you then move it out. But it gets messier first. It actually becomes a big mess that you kind of wonder why you started it. You go, oh my goodness, what the? But, okay, on the micro, that is the micro version in relation to what I can interpret is going on in our world at the moment. We are cleaning up our house and it's upturning everything, and that's what we might see in the mainstream. But there's a good thing is now we are choosing what we want to keep in the house and what we want to clear out. And I think we're going to choose as a collective to clean a lot of stuff out. And that is where we're at. But you do need to know, like, if you're unaware of this, you might just end up in fear, in your lower energies, and you might just want to go curl up in the fetal position and just go, it's overwhelming. It's all too much. This house, this space is such a mess. I can't even bear to look at it. I'm just going to go and hide. And, there would be a lot of us doing that, and that's okay. It's okay if that's where you're at. It's okay. And just remember to breathe. Don't look at the whole house all in one gaze because it is overwhelming. Just take one section at a time. Just take one room, one that feels comfortable and doable for you, and just start. And I think the most important thing right now is for us all to start with self, not in a selfish asshole way, but to start looking after yourself, because it is mind, body, spirit. Even though this ain't exactly real, it's real while we're here, and our body is an important part of that. And how the hell can you think you can really take care of anything or anyone else if you're not taking care of yourself? Like, you need to make sure that you are sleeping well, eating well, eat good whole foods. A lot of the food we have in our supermarkets, I don't even know if it's food anymore. It's been so processed and there's so many chemicals and colors and all sorts in there. So if you can, as much as you can, make sure that you're eating food that's like compressed sunlight. Anything that was grown in the sun, it's like eating compressed sunlight, and the sun is so important for our light bodies. And on that, so if you're eating well, sleeping well, you need to get your sunlight, because when we are in the sun, I have a pretty disciplined sun gazing practice in the morning. I'm always up for the sun. This time of year, though, it's winter in Australia. There's often a lot of clouds and rain, and I miss that sun exposure, that first sun as it comes up. And even, isn't that funny? It's coming up. It's not actually coming up. We're turning to meet the sun. But as the sun comes into view, it's like, for me, it's like watching time turn. Even though time is an illusion, just to watch the time, the space moving, I find that such a beautiful time. And I really connect in that moment, and I do my sun gazing. I might do a video about that in particular. This is part of it. So I have a process that kind of came to me intuitively. Thank you to, I don't know, my higher self, the higher realms. I've been really tapping into that intuition and that guidance. And so the sun is important. We get codes and it helps us grow and evolve. We literally need that for our body is the sunlight. And also grounding. Are you actually connecting with the earth? And I know there's a lot of grounding sheets and grounding mats now, and they're quite expensive. I had a look, I was looking at them, but you can just go on outside, find a little patch of grass, go down the beach, whatever it is, wherever it is, as long as you've got your shoes off and you have your skin on the earth, it's like skin to skin, really, and connect and just allow that energy. And you can, in that moment, actually ask the earth, Mother Earth, to clear the energy that you don't need, the unwanted energy. And also, I always ask, take what is not needed and please give me what I do need. Thank you. Please, thank you. Always use manners when we are asking for things. So, this is really important right now. And I think if you do want to be part of the changing world, and you actually can't not be because the world is changing. So let me rephrase that. You are part of the changing world. You may as well do it consciously. And I think just at this particular video I'm doing now, I just like to say, firstly, just choose that you want more for yourself. You want to have a better life for yourself, but also what's really important is to realize that everyone else matters. Everyone, no matter where they are in life, no matter what they've done, matters. We're all part of this. And choose to be a positive part of this change because we get to choose. And if you haven't known that, you know it now. And you need to do it. I don't actually cut that out, Care. That's so forceful. And that's the thing I've realized in the world is there has been people who have a perspective on what the world should be, but they come in through force and it's like, you must do this. So no, I don't want to go that way. It's like you can choose, but if you choose to do that, do it through inspiration. And as you are inspired, choose yourself and choose better for all others, then you will become a light. And without even actually having to go out and do something, just by leading by example, you're making a huge difference. But start with one room, start with you, start with your heart, start with making sure you're getting enough sleep and you're eating well and you're going out into your day with a smile, and just realize as you pass everyone that they are all a part of you, whether you know it or they know it or not. We are all connected, and we're at this pivotal point in our reality right now where things are about to shift, literally, even literally and metaphorically and energetically and spiritually and in real time. And where you're at right now is going to be very important. And I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to be scared or in fear. I just want you to know that by your intention and by little steps and just choosing the path of love, it's kind of that simple. It's so simple, we just trip over it. That you're going to be fine. You will be fine because you choose it to be. And don't worry about everyone else. And you can't go out and make them. The truth cannot be told, only realized. Just be the example, be the light. And if people need you to tell them stuff, then tell them then. I mean, I'm doing this now. No one's asking me. Well, actually, like I said, there's a compulsion. I'm just getting the niggles and the nudges to do this. And I now know better than to ignore that. So I'm not going to ignore it and I'm going to do it, even if there's only 14, 15 views. Thank you to those beautiful 14, 15 people. And I will keep coming in because I feel it's very important. and I really never know. Pretty much. I think I've only had one, maybe two videos where I've sort of come in with an intention. But other than that, it's just kind of in that moment, in that first breath that I take, and then whichever way it goes from there. And I think that is a good process for me. So I'm going to keep going with that and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. But I do have the intention to help others where I can, even if it's one person. That is enough for me. So I'm on that note, I'm going to pop back out, and I hope wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, you're having a beautiful life experience, or you're choosing to choose to have a beautiful life experience. And let's all make this shift something wonderful for each other. Let's create something beautiful together. So, ciao for now. Much love. And I'll be back, maybe tomorrow.